So here we are in La Guitarra, California, in September of 2011, and we're chatting now with luthier Greg Byers. And Greg, it's nice of you to take some time out from the show and chat with us. Thanks so much.
Well, it's my pleasure.
When it comes to your guitars, my clients are always interested in your vision of the sound and tone that you're trying to create. And I wondered if maybe you could speak a little bit about the vision you have in your head and what you do with your bracing and your soundboard to try and realize that vision.
Okay. Well, when I first got interested in making classical guitars, I went to a concert by Julian Bream in Davies Hall in San Francisco. And it's a very large hall. And I was in the third balcony. And it was actually quite an experience to hear him play. He was playing his Romanios guitar. And it actually was not very loud. There's no question there. It was difficult to hear, but the quality and character of the sound stuck with me and sort of helped to form my, the kind of image of sound that I carry with me today. And in fact, when I first started making guitars, I took a lecture workshop from Romanios in Toronto. This was 30 years ago. And so from that time on, I've really had this. I should say Romanios at that time was writing his book on Torres, and he had worked with Julian Bream to make Hauser copies originally, but he became very fascinated with Torres, and I subsequently did as well. And that old-fashioned sound is something that I'm really quite interested in. Now, my guitars, I don't make copies of old guitars. But I am inspired by them. And so what I try to do is make a guitar that works well in a concert setting, that carries well and projects well, but that has these qualities that I think are really important, really a singing, sustaining quality in the trebles, and the certain character of the old guitars, a real deep bass, but a very clear sound. It's hard to describe in words, but at any rate, I search for ways to bring that out and make it work in a modern guitar, in a modern setting. And most recently, in the last 6 years or so, I've been working with a lattice system. And basically, I've always done fan-braced instruments prior to this, and what I decided to do was to take two sets of fans, rotate them with respect to each other. One set lays over the top of the other, and to form a lattice. So that's why I call it a lattice braced guitar. But the concept and inspiration is very different than, let's say, the lattice guitars that come from Australia. And the intent was to maintain the traditional sound, but to give more uniform support for the soundboard. Making it more, giving me more potential to work in different directions. And so that's what I've been working with recently.